Hello, this is Old Man Poole. We have opened up a sweet rare in our. I guess I should see what we're doing. We're doing an Amonkhet Draft League. We've been doing that a lot. Somehow it feels like I don't even need to introduce it anymore. Maybe I was just so excited to open Oldmanpoole the True that really swamped everything else I was thinking about. I think this is a pretty reasonable first pick. It's just massive. Controlling a couple other creatures isn't super unreasonable, especially if you're really getting on the beatdown path. And if she's on, she is really, really on. She'll kill just about everything. Worst comes first, you can make a couple of creatures, although usually if you're in that position, you're kind of on the defensive, and it's kind of tough to really turn her on, but you don't need a couple of creatures to be real, real great. Other than that, Deem Worthy is fantastic in the pack. I think everything else is kind of fine, but Oldmanpoole the True is better than Deem Worthy. It's a little bit of a shame that we're passing this card since red-white's a pretty good pairing, but not gonna pass up a great card for a good card. On-Crop Crasher is red, which is definitely in the color we just passed, but this is a very, very good card. I do like the Tawcrop Elite, and I like the Spearmaster. Wayward Servant is fine. I've only seen the zombie deck once, and it was basically just binding mummy deck, but it was pretty good. The beats were real. I think it's probably worse than the Crasher. Although I do think it's probably pretty close. I think I'm probably going to take the Crasher here. I'm trying to shift into white-black. I think the pick is close, though. Maybe we should try for zombies. Maybe we should feel sweet. Yeah, I'm not really sure. I'm probably going to... Yeah, maybe we just pass red. Maybe we just go into white-black and keep passing red. Alright, we're going to try the Wayward Servant here. That may have been an incorrect pick, but it's hard to know. Here, I like the True Heart Duelist. I like the Spearmaster. Soulstinger is fine. Doesn't have immediate synergy with the Wayward Servant. I'm probably going to take the 2-drop here. I think that this deck is going to want as many 2-drops as we can get. And they're pretty premier. This is also nice because it embalms, works well with the Wayward Servant for that, and also gives us a little bit more resilience to turn on Oketra. A couple of cool cycling cards here. We did that last draft and had a lot of fun with it. I think we're going to take a Gustwalker over the Mummy here. The Mummy will probably come back around. It is a 2-drop, and we would probably end up playing it. Once again, kind of synergistic with the Wayward Servant, but I don't think the Servant is good enough that it really merits like those who serve over a Gustwalker. Gustwalker's just better, I think, most of the time. And we may not even be in black, honestly. Okay, here we have a Mind Sensor, which is pretty strong. The 2-1 Flash tends to get your opponent, just playing out on your opponent's turn, kind of can change your math when it comes to racing. I like Curse Minotaur. It is another zombie that goes along with our Wayward Servant. Supply Caravan, Wayward Shepherds are all good. Yeah, I'm going to take the Mind Sensor. This is... I think they're all pretty comparable, but I do like the Flash aspect of the Mind Sensor. Plus, it's a foily rare. Here we have Sparring Mummy and Unburden. I don't think Throne of the God Pharaoh is good. Cough. What happened to Dream Crusher, says Scootor. This is still going to be pretty Dream Crushery. It's just a little bit sweeter. Sparring Mummy. Yeah, over Unburden. Everything else here seems fine. Works well with Exert cards. It's a Mummy. Blighted Bat. Don't like the Monument for sure. Not crazy about Anointer Priest. Yeah, nothing else here. I guess we've taken Evolving Wilds. Maybe the Evolving Wilds is better than the Zombie Bat. I do like this card, though. We have a little bit of synergy, and I think this is fine. I always complain that I never get Evolving Wilds, but I also don't pick them very early, so maybe it's my own fault. Okay, Binding Mummy is another thing that helps us push into kind of a zombie tribal. I think that's one of the better payoffs, honestly. just tapping down a couple of your opponent's creatures if you have a couple of binding mummies in play. Makes it really, really hard for them to effectively block you. Pick up Festering Mummy here. I'm still not sure what to think about this card. It looks bad to me, but I have played matchups a couple of times where it has been impressive. So maybe it's not. Maybe with enough zombie synergy too, that makes it better. I'm happy to get the Spearmaster back. Don't think the Embalmer's Tools is where we want to be pretty much ever. So milling your opponent with zombies seems pretty unlikely. I did see a kind of a sweet deck where my opponent had Approach of the Second Sun, and they put that out with a bunch of zombies and just milled themselves and hit the approach. That was pretty cool. I don't think that's going to be your standard play, though. None of these cards are fantastic. We're not going to play any of them. So you take Manglehorn. Yeah, we'll take a mummy here. Over the foily full art island. What? But Miasmic Mummy is a mummy. Cruel Minotaur coming back. Okay, so I think the deck is definitely open, which is nice. We'll take the forest. Who cares about West River Shrine? I guess we're all creatures actually at this point, but we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mummies already. So we've got a pretty good start to that. Okay. Here, Dispossess is not really a thing that we're hoping to do. Definitely kind of a disappointing rare to open. True Heart Twins is fine. We can take the Cartouche of Ambition. We can take the Doom Dissenter, the Horror, Supply Caravan. And we have a bunch of like kind of middle of the road picks. I do like the Horror quite a bit, although we don't really have cycling synergy, which makes it worse. Maybe Doom Dissenter is the play here. We have a couple of 3-drops already. I do like getting more and more 2-drops. Sure. Okay. Again, not tons for us. The 3 cartouches are beautiful all sitting next to each other. It's pretty cool, actually. But we actually may play, Catcher's Name in this deck, although I imagine that card's coming around too. There's like almost nothing here for us though. I guess we take the Cartouche of Ambition. It's good against some opponents. There's 2 really good blue cards here, and Decimator Beetle's no slouch in its deck, but nothing we can play. So our first pack looks pretty good. We're not starting out our second pack real high though. There's a Pull from Tomorrow, which is probably worth a little bit. There's a Bone Picker though, which is just a better card. Okay, I have consulted the price on Pull from Tomorrow. I think I'm probably going to pick that up over the Bone Picker. I think if we were playing in a truly, truly competitive format, the Bone Picker's better, but Pull from Tomorrow is like a $4 card, and that is basically like winning another match in a lot of ways. So I think we'll pick that up and not be unhappy, even though it's not going to make the deck. Ooh, another Wayward Servant's a good pickup. Have a couple of other cards we would play, definitely the Sparring Mummy or the Talkrop Elite, but Wayward Servant is pretty good payoff for the deck. Wouldn't mind getting another couple of Binding Mummies as well. Failure to Comply is not really what we're doing. Cursed Minotaur I like. I wish the Baleful Omen was a zombie. It might be the correct pick anyway. That's a pretty high power level card. It kind of works well with Festering Mummy and the Doom Dissenter as well. I like Cursed Minotaur too, but I think I'm going to take the Baleful Omen here. Another Cartouche. Vizier of Remedies doesn't really do much for us. I guess it's a 2-1. Seraph of the Suns also doesn't do much. Maybe we take another Cartouche of Ambition here. It's definitely not exciting. There are some decks that it'll be pretty good against, but not exciting. Here we have another handful of cards that we're not crazy excited about. I guess the Peerless Vizier is the pick. We can also take a Dejiru. I'm gonna say it's Dejiru's Resolve, which is not exciting. Once in a while you kind of get your opponent, but not real crazy. I'm going to take the Pitiless Vizier. I don't know if it ends up making the cut, but I think we're going to take it here. We'll probably play Soul Stinger. It does feel like we are definitely, like maybe there's a couple of other white and black drafters at the table, and the first couple of picks were just kind of heavy. Oh, well, maybe those light packs are kind of light, actually, because a lot of stuff came around here. Yes, it's not delivery, it's de jure. Good one, Chad. Supply Caravan, Unburden, or Horror. Dispossess does stone cold nothing. Just getting rid of artifacts in the set that artifacts don't matter and doesn't do much. Guess we take the Supply Caravan. I think this is a fine card, even if it's not an exciting one. Okay, we'll take a DiGiorno's here. Painful Lesson or Unburden. Probably want the Painful Lesson over Unburden here. I think that drawing 2 cards gets us a couple more mummies maybe in the late game. It gives us a couple more triggers. Doing 2 damage to my opponent may be relevant in some cases too. So I guess I'll take a Scarab Feast for the sideboard. And I'm not playing anything here. Yeah, sure, we'll pick up Pain and Bluffs. Who knows? Maybe there's the bombiest of bomb cards that we open here. It's not Deliveries to Jirnu. Yeah. Jeru, I guess. I don't know. It's DiGiorno's from now on. Okay. We have a Soul Scar Mage, which I don't think is real fantastic even in the right deck. Whew, man, we have like nothing in this pack. Guess we could pick up an Oketra's Name. That's like the most depressing first pick from the pack ever, but not real wild about another cartouche. And this is a fairly big payoff in the zombie deck. Yeah, I guess we'll pick that up. It's a shame because I feel like this card should wheel, although the last one didn't, and it was fairly early on, so picking up 1 is not bad for us too. It is worth noting we have next to no removal here. You want a Winged Shepherd? Don't really care about Watchers of the Dead. We have a good number of 2-drops as it is. It's another couple of, I guess 4 pretty premier red cards. Even the Cartouche of Zeal is pretty dang good. So I guess our pick though is between the Cradle of the Accursed and the Winged Shepherd. Yes, we take the Shepherd here, although picking up 1 Cradle would not be bad, especially because it's a zombie. There's the Iron Crop Captain. Card is so good. Pretty happy to pick up a Top Crop Elite here, though. That's going to be a nice beatdown card for us. Well, here's another Oketra's Name. We haven't seen as many zombies since the first pack, though, so I'm not sure if we really want to play 2. On the other hand, a Cartouche of Ambition seems bleh. That's kind of our only real picks. I guess the Vizier. I guess we'll pick up 1 more. Oketra's Name. Impeccable Timing or Spearmaster or a Festering Mummy. And I think we're going to play exactly 1 of these and see how it works out. I'm still not wild about this. Do you like the Spearmaster a fair amount? Having 1 Impeccable Timing is probably a little bit better. Yeah, we have like no removal, and it might be nice to help us get through something. Alright. There's a Bone Picker. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the pick over anything else. My opponent's gonna have good incentive to trade, and then that's a pretty powerful card. Having 2 would not have been unhappy, but we picked up our Bolt from tomorrow, and I guess we're not looking back on that. How many Exert cards do we have that work with the Sparring Mummy? 1. Only a couple right now. Maybe like 3. So that makes the Mummy less good. It is still a Mummy, but maybe we want the Cradle of the Accursed over it. I like Cradle as an anti-flood prevention card. I think it is close. I think we're going to take up the Cradle here. We have a good number of playables already. Yeah. The Mummy would not have been bad for sure. We could take Lay Bare the Heart as a wannabe removal spell. Feels kind of bad, but maybe we need it. Like I said, we have just about nothing that really gets rid of my opponent's creatures. Take a Festering Mummy for a little bit more synergy. At this point, the Wayward Servants may have to end up draining our opponent out towards the end of the game. Or I think these are all kind of okay picks. I think I might just take the Winged Shepherd. It's another cycling card, and maybe helps us win late game. I think that can kind of go either way. Maybe taking Supernatural Stamina. We're not playing another Cartouche, I'm pretty sure. But the Stamina can be kind of powerful. Okay, we'll play another Cradle here, though. It's not bad. And another Shepherd, I think. Okay. Not unhappy about those. No respect for Faith the Devoted. Maybe I respect that card too much. It comes around late so often. I think we'll pick it up, but not making the cut for sure. Take the Insider. And Forest. I hate that desert so much. Okay, well, we'll play 2 Cradle of the Curse, and I think we'll run 17 lands. We have 3 cycling effects. I think just 3, though. And this kind of mitigates our flood without a whole lot of cost to us. So playing the Wayward Servant turn 2 might be a little expensive sometime. That's actually not even the worst thing to delay a little bit. Make my opponent use up other removal earlier. Probably only play 1, Catcher's Name. It's really bad if we get 2 of them in a hand. We just don't have the creatures to really make it work. We do have a lot of creatures here, though. We're not playing very many spells. Light Bat, Baleful Omet. Soul Stinger works fairly well with the Festering Mummy and the Dissenter. And we still have our first pick Oketra, which might be able to win some games just kind of on its own. Let's see. So Supply Caravan is fine. It's not the best beatdown later on in the game, but it is fine. We need to cut 3 cards here. I do like having a Painful Lesson. I like 1 Cartouche, I think. I think I want all of those spells. And we may even bring in an extra Cartouche, depending on the matchup. Yeah, I like Festering Mummy. What's bad? Maybe we don't like the Miasmic Mummy. It is symmetrical, and it is a zombie payoff, so maybe that's okay. Maybe Soul Stinger doesn't fit super well in this deck. We're trying to beat down. Soul Stinger's not the best dream. Yes. The Army of the Damned deck and any other creatures that wanted to fall into ranks, I guess. Yeah. There's some living things along with the zombies for Oketra. We're playing thematically, right? We want to have a good coalition here. I'm not wild about Supply Caravan. I think I cut that just to kind of lower our curve a little bit. I like all of these, I think. I think the early drop that we would maybe cut is Miasmic Mummy, but I think it's actually okay too. And I think we cut maybe 1 Winged Shepherd and just play 2 for the cycling. It does have kind of a high floor because we can always cycle it away, but it does cost a little bit of tempo to do that too. Okay, I think this deck looks pretty good. Got a pretty reasonable curve and a fair amount of inevitability between the Wayward Servants, Catcher's Name, and Oketra the True. We have lots of creatures to enable her, and hopefully that just wins us a couple of games when we go like 2-drop, 3-drop Oketra, and then any other creature. And my opponent just cries a little bit. Okay. Do I want heavier white or black? I guess heavier white because we want the winged shepherds. Don't have any double colors, which is kind of nice. The wayward servants as close as we get. And I guess maybe we want more white for Oketra as well. Yeah, I think that looks good. Alright, well we got a sweet zombie deck. I'm reasonably happy with it. Would have liked to pick up a couple more binding mummies, but 2 wayward servants pretty nice too. I'm gonna go ahead and save, and I'll see y'all in the next one.